Hey everyone, Big Mac here. Welcome back to what is possibly the last level of Super Mario 64. So, we have just few stars that we need to wrap up in this particular episode. Snowman has lost his head. Oh dear, poor thing. Does that mean he's going crazy or he's just lost his mind? I don't know, but here's the snowman. I need a good head on my shoulders. I don't know where my mouth is. Do you know of anybody in need of a good body? Please, I'll follow you if you do. So indeed, all you have to do is just kind of like scoot just a little bit ahead of the snowball. Don't go too fast, because otherwise you'll lose track of it and it'll lose track of you. So you want to not be too far ahead of it, but enough so that you kind of guide it in its way. I admit, this one feels kind of iffy to me, like in terms of how it'll work. Like it always just seems like little happenstance on my part. Perfect, with a great new body. Here's a present for you. It'll warm you up. Thank you, Mr. Snowman. Anyway, so yeah, just finishing up these last couple stages at the very beginning of the game. I expect this should take me less than 5 minutes, if all goes according to plan, which of course it might not. But Bob-omb Battlefield. All I have to do is just grab the really simple star on top of the floating island, and that's it. That's all I have to do. Shoot to the island in the sky. That is literally all I have to do. I don't think I can make it with the cannon by itself, so I'm just gonna prep myself up a little bit, and then don't get hit by the blocks, Mario. That's just silly. I'm sure there's a faster way to do this one. There's gotta be, but I'm okay with doing it this way. And just like that, we have reached the floating island, and we collected a red coin. Even better. So not quite fastest start ever, but pretty darn good. I will give myself a little bit of credit in that respect. For that, Bob-omb Battlefield done. So all we have left is Womb's Fortress, and it's kind of weird that the Throwback Galaxy is the last one that I actually have to do. But hey, so be it. So I'm actually recording all of these episodes in one day from part 23 onward. Shooting to the wild blue. It's not really wild if it's like 5 feet away from you, Mario. Although I do have to talk to Mr. Bob-omb Buddy now, because I'm not sure if he appears in the other episode. Well, of course, I guess I could just activate that episode, or just get that star from this episode, so it doesn't really matter to me too much. Anyway, let's just quickly do as Mr. Bob-omb suggests, and I like how it kind of points us in the middle of nowhere. Okay, and there we go. Oh, Mario! Actually, I think I can just get this one from down here, if I time my jump correctly. Yep, there it is. So, if I hadn't messed up on my jumping, that would be another candidate for fastest star ever. And I'm looking at it now, and I'm almost at about 4 minutes, so I'm just about almost there. This is going to take me a little bit of time to set up, of course, but if you guys saw the credits of the last Mario game, or not of the last Mario game, back in part 22, I think? I don't know. If you guys saw the credits in that episode, oh, Mr. Bob-omb is here. Excellent. You guys would have seen, in fact, that the last star is hiding here. And there are a couple ways to get to that star. Of course, we could blast to it again. I prefer to be the slightly less crafty way of just taking the long walk up here, and then just carefully sliding down to it. There it is. Here we go, guys. That is the last star in this game. Now, I did want to check out one thing. I'm not sure how it's going to go. I actually might cut out the credits for this game. I haven't decided how I want to do everything, because I do want to be Bowser again. But I did want to try one slight thing, and I don't know if it's a recipe for disaster or not. I might make it like an extra episode. Hey, this thing's open. Let's just do this thing now, because once you get all 120 stars, this thing opens up on top. You can blast into Princess Peach's castle. Actually, no, you can't. I don't know where the heck I'm throwing myself into. I'm dying! Oh, wow, Mario. How impressive that you did not die there at all. Anyway. This cannon's been here the entire time, but once you collect all 120 stars, it finally becomes available. And there's not a whole lot of places for you to, like, blast around, but if you aim your true, you should be able to make it over here to the castle wall. And indeed, get ready for this, guys. Get ready for this. Oh, there's one-ups. Yay! Who's that? Could it be Yoshi?
Mario, is that really you? It has been so long since our last adventure. They told me I might see you if I waited here, but I had just about given up hope. Is that true? Have you really beaten Bowser and restored the stars to the castle and saved the princess? I knew you could do it. Now I have a very special message for you. Thanks for playing Super Mario 64. This is the end of the game, but not the end of the fun. We want you to keep on playing, so we have a little something for you. We hope you enjoy it.
Bye, Yoshi! Thank you so much! And indeed, for coming up here talking to Yoshi, and this, I think this works every time you start up the game from 120 stars as well. You can just come up here, grab all the lives you need. Bye, Yoshi! And there's even more lives up here if you need them. And there's a wing cap up here for you to fly around. There's not really anything for you to do out here in the courtyard, but it's just a little, just like this is the last part of the game that you would not really been able to check around. And I'm pretty sure there's nothing inside of Princess Peach's I'm pretty sure there's nothing inside of Princess Peach's castle. Oh yeah, that's right, we do when we do a triple jump. Now we're shiny. I don't know if that does anything likewise in terms of the game, but I think what I'm going to do in this episode now, I'm kind of running out of ideas. I'm honestly out of ideas. So what I think I'm going to try and do, try and beat Bowser really quickly and then see what he says at the very end. And that just might conclude this complete Let's Play of Super Mario 64. But let's go see what he has to do now, what he has to say now. If anybody actually, I guess it's not going to be a complete if I don't show it. Because what happens if you complete Bowser's stage without your cap? I'm just curious. Just if anything happens, I honestly don't know. That's okay. So, what are my thoughts on this game? I already talked about it. I already talked a lot about it in the credits the first time. But this game, I honestly feel it has held up well. Of course, the graphics might not be, you know, as crisp as, you know, people want them to be nowadays and stuff. But, oh, here's where I can actually make that little shortcut this time. But I just feel that this game did so many right things for Nintendo and for 3D platformers in general that, you know, I wish I had a copy of it myself. Again, like I've mentioned before, this is my cousin Rivu's copy of the game. But the problem is that, you know, most places now sell copies for like $25-30 now. You know, we're at a point where retro video games have now become a collector's item, and people are starting to spend more money for it. You know, like I would say right now is or maybe last year was the best time to buy GameCube and, you know, systems from about 10 years ago. I know you can like make a shortcut right there to climb that pole, but I'm not that speedy. I'm not that diligent. Anyway, we're almost done anyway, so it's okay. But, you know, especially like even like basic NES games, I remember about 10 years ago, you know, I could find them at, darn it, Mario, why you do that? No es bueno. No es bueno. Es malo, Mario. You didn't have to do that the first time we played through. And all of a sudden, this time, now you're failing? Why are you failing, Mario? You shouldn't fail. Oh, well, I was trying to do a long jump right there, but... But I remember, like, you know, maybe a little over 10 years ago now. But anyway, So back in the day, you know, used copies of NES games, you could get them, you know, $5 each. And of course, you know, like Nintendo Virtual Console sells them for $5 for the NES games, but that's for the very limited NES library that they provided. I mean, they only provide about 90 games altogether. Why are the Goombas unfazed by the wind pressure? Answer me this, Goombas. What is it about your physiology that helps you make it through windy terrain? Even Koopa the Quick makes it through windy terrain, and looks like Bowser's saying the same thing again. Okay. So, Bowser battle, hopefully, maybe go a little better. Maybe. Well, I gotta admit, I think it went pretty well the first time. Oh. Oh my gosh! Mario, Bowser, you guys are awesome! I can't believe I got that on film. I can't believe that I still say on film. Oh, that was not quite on. That was spot off. Sorry, I'm just still trying to think about that first time. Oh my gosh. Ah, wow, 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 wow. Oh no, the coin's disappearing. Oh no. Alright, I am less stressed now, obviously, about this battle, because I beat it before. Not that I'm going to do any better in it. Come on, yeah! Here we are! You see? Nicely done, Mr. Bowser Mario. Well, nicely done, Bowser. No, nicely done, Mario. What am I talking about? It's a good thing I picked the right place to not be. Okay, and... Come on! Yes! Wow, that one's so much easier than last time. Alright, let's see what Bowser has to say now. Huh? What do you have to say now, Mr. Bowser? Bowser? Okay. I was like, Bowser, are you dead?
No, you've really beaten me this time, Mario. I can't stand losing to you. My troops, worthless. They've turned over all the Power Stars? What? There were 120? Amazing, there were some in the castle that I missed?
Yes, they were the secret stars.
Now I see peace returning to the world. Oh, I really hate that. I can't watch. I'm out of here. Just wait until next time. Until then, keep that control stick smoking and break in the fourth wall again.
Alrighty, guys. This is it. So, I've already shown you guys the credits for the Super Mario 64. I don't know if I want to include this again. I guess I'll include it again. Only if I come across anything else interesting, obviously I'm going to go over the 15 minutes. But for this being the last episode, I'm okay with that. I'm going to be going over 15 minutes by a long shot. I'm okay with that still. Assuming this whole recording session goes through and I don't have to do it again, which would be a big pain in the butt, I do have to admit. So, a couple burning questions that I have for me. One is, if you lose your cap, either in Tall Mountain from the monkey, or from Shifting Sandland by the Mr. Condor guy, if you lose your cap, and then if you go through the cinematic, do you have it? That's question one that I have for people. And if you know the answer to that, please let me know. Question number two, I don't want to spend time in the I spent a little time already being outside and going to see Yoshi and everything else, but if there is something, I try to remember, maybe it was in the DS version, I can't, or maybe this is just my wishful thinking the entire time, but hi Leslie Swan. Where have you, were you sleeping? Yeah, you were sleeping, Peach. Great job. Anyway, I think the ending is exactly the same for both versions. Obviously, the stars that we collected are now just, the shadows on the credit screen. But, like this cinematic, everything else is exactly the same, I believe. Mario's eyebrows are twitching like, oh my gosh.
Here we go!
That's right.
Let's bake a delicious cake.
And I could like drum along to this music the entire time, but I'm not gonna do that because what else do I have to talk about? I really don't have a whole lot more to talk about for let's play Super Mario 64. So I have my question about, is there something inside Peach's stained glass on the outside? For some reason I have in my head that on the DS version that there was, and why did the little birds make the Milky Way out of themselves? Not the Milky Way. It kind of it reminded me of the Big Dipper constellation. Or a Little Dipper. Not sure which one. I mean, I guess they kind of look the same. They had more stars, so I'm just going to say Big Dipper. Anyway, yeah, we've collected all of these stars now, so that's no longer a surprise to us. So, oh my gosh, there were secret stars. And there's our penguin buddy. Why does the penguin look so much chubbier in this scene than in the regular game? I don't know. Maybe that was like a prototype version of him, because I think he has like less tummy and more blue sides. At least, I don't know. Anyway, I still love this game. I haven't gone through it now. This is part, what, 26, 27? I forget. Anyway, I'm perfectly happy going through the credits again. There's Wiggler, which we killed like in 24. I don't remember. So many different levels. And I just love this game still in a lot of ways. And, you know, you've heard me blathering about the soundtrack and everything else. But in all honesty, I still love this game. I have like games that I recently purchased from the Wii U eShop and also on Steam. I do play a little bit on Steam, not really a whole lot. And I don't think I've played maybe for an hour of the game that I spent $3 on. So I don't know. I might have to do that again in the future. I haven't decided. There are lots of things that I have kind of backlogged. I actually found out of a website called Backloggery, where basically it's like, here you can play these, like, keep track of what games you have and haven't finished yet. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, that would be so many games that I have never finished. One's just because I tried to get into them and I just didn't like them. Ones where I was just like, oh my gosh, this game is too hard for me. But, you know, I've got a good backlist of games that I've never really finished up, of all systems and platforms and game styles. But that's okay. Mario games, I think I'm pretty good on. I can't think of any Mario games off the top of my head that I never finished. Like, obviously I've done Let's Plays now of 64 and Lost Levels and even Sunshine. Sunshine I didn't do all 120 stars or shines, but I've done that before. There is Lucky too. Oh, there's no Yoshi on the roof. I forget if that's the DS version on that or not, but that has Yoshi on the roof. But anyway,
thank you so much for playing my game.
Again, Mario, thank you so much. So that will be the end of this LP. It's gonna take me a little while to get my next one set up. But, and of course I'm gonna be releasing all these videos and stuff too. But I have stuff to do. And between then, of course, my next LP will be a blind playthrough of Ninja Gaiden for the NES. So until then, this is Big Mac saying, later.